Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Ostranauts. This is going to be episode 54, I believe, and so without further ado, let's begin. Now, last episode, we finally got our reactor up and running. Well, I guess we test-fired it, because we didn't really get it up and running long-term, but we got some sleep, we got a reactor up and running, and, yeah, that really interrupted, like, a little series of rants that I had going for a little bit. But, oh well. I'll probably have boring episodes in the future that are full of me ranting. One thing I did notice, which I thought was kind of interesting, is I got like 125 views as of the last, as of right now, on episode 52. That was, what, 2 episodes ago? Deuterated. The one where I found that deuterium tank. Which, that's kind of wild. That's like 5 times more, 10 times more views than I usually get, because usually I'm hanging around like 10 or 20 maybe. And it says that I get view durations of like, I don't know, 16 to 20%. So I'm guessing the reality is that like 4 of you are watching episodes back to back, and like maybe a dozen of you are just like clicking and then clicking off. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go. Anyway, not a huge deal. This episode, let's see, we're still attached to that ship. I was thinking, since we have all this power, what if we, actually just go visit that flotilla thing? Because I've never actually been there, and I am kind of interested in what it is. So I feel like I am going to try to do that. For that, I am going to start by doing one quick once-over on this ship, I think. And, I don't know if we're going to get there this episode. We probably going to end up getting there next episode, maybe. I don't know. Did I bring the dolly out, by the way? Huh. Pretty sure I brought the dolly out, last episode. Yeah, because we moved all those walls off of it. Might have been 2 episodes ago now that I think about it. Where did I leave the dolly, if I brought it off? It's probably over here somewhere, isn't it? That's unfortunate. Okay, well, anyway, so I'm thinking that this episode we are going to basically, give that ship a quick once-over, and then we're gonna point ourselves at, Flotilla. Because we can now, I mean, we're not going to run out of power anytime soon, right? We got a whole reactor. And I don't plan on doing any, like, long-distance flight, so I think we should be okay in terms of our limited helium-3. I've only got 3 tons of it, which is, kind of sounds like a lot of helium-3, actually. But we did, I think we had like 5 tons when we fired up the reactor earlier, so, maybe not enough. Now, where did I leave that dolly? Did I not bring it out here? I could swear I brought it out here. Hang on. Did I maybe leave it, like, on the ship? That's really weird. I don't think I would do that. I should probably just, like, wander in here and not try to click around randomly. Okay, let's just let's make sure I didn't just leave it out here. Be kind of sad if the dolly disappeared. Okay, no, it's not out here. So where honestly, I'm considering just kind of going back and seeing if I can. It's right there. Dang it. I gotta go back. Okay. Let's wait for that door to close. Nice. Grab the dolly. Nice. We are going to come back out here, and I think I'm just going to leave this outer airlock door open a little bit. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to let most of this air come back. Yeah. Once we're down to like 5 kilopascals, not a huge deal anymore. So let's go head out. There we go. Yeah, then while we're pointing at Flotilla, I'm thinking I'm going to spend some time repairing the ship. By repairing the ship, I mean redeveloping the ship, redesigning the ship. I finally want to set up that system for refilling my RCS tanks, and I need to figure out a place to put another Mura. Let's grab this turbo, I guess. So those are definitely two things that are on my active to-do list. I feel like that might happen this episode if I am lucky and plan at least a little bit ahead. Why am I getting workouts? Oh. On the other hand, I do need to poo. And I do not believe that I have a toilet. Yes, I have learned at the end of last episode, I believe that I do not actually have a toilet due to poor planning. And actually a single misclick from a while back. Some of you might remember that. If you do, cool. If you don't, it's fine. It's probably not a big deal. Alright, there's nothing to grab there. Nothing to grab here either. Nice. Let's see. I really don't remember the layout of the ship. I think that was it, really. Just a big old open room, some holes in the ground, some more big old open rooms, and more holes in the ground because somebody exploded in here. Possibly a reactor. I don't know if ships actually explode. I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm guessing it's just, it's just one of those things that happens. I'm gonna grab this Kung Pao chicken, why not? In Ostranauts. What I mean is I don't think that, like, ships are programmed to explode. It's entirely possible that they are, which would be wild. If, like, I overload my reactor or something and it goes kaboom. That would be, interesting. Unfortunate. Definitely interesting. I do kind of want to grab these subfloor bins, actually. Yeah, I know. Weird idea. But they are quite handy, and like they store 4 entire items. Like that's pretty wild. That's a good amount of stuff. Oh, I can't carry them like that, can I? Right. That's a little obnoxious. Okay, I'm a lot less excited about them. Even though they are still exciting from an installation standpoint, they're a lot less exciting from a carrying them around standpoint. 59.50, I think my shoes were better. Pretty sure. Wait. Okay, so weren't those the exploded shoes? No. Did I actually just pick up these 2 shoes here off the ground and then think they were the exploded ones? Because I'm pretty sure there was like 3 shoes over there, wasn't there? Or is that in one of these bins? It might be in one of these bins at this point. I'm not really sure. I really should keep better track of this. What kind of trenchers is that? That is the mystery meat and surprise sauce. I feel like that's the kind that we do not want. Yeah. Let's see. Environmental manual. That's fine. Inventory. Lucky says yield loose. Huh. Interesting. Okay. That's, thing for how to pilot, I guess. I mean, I guess that's useful-ish if you're new to piloting. I don't think we can count ourselves as new to piloting anymore. We probably could, to be honest, because, geez, I'm not doing so great when it comes to... Well, I'm not gonna say I'm doing bad when it comes to pirating. I just pilot my ship like a grandma, going on a Sunday drive. I hope that's not offensive to grandmas, but you know what I mean. I fly slow. Gives me time to do stuff, and it saves on fuel. Alright, what else were we gonna grab? Oh, there are some tanks here that we could consider grabbing, if they're even a little bit useful. That one's over half full, at the very least. That one's an oxygen tank. I don't know if we necessarily need any of them. We probably don't, to be honest. We got so many tanks just to power through already. Let's see, we need... Nope. Don't need any of that stuff. That guy's almost empty. Battery. Could try to grab this battery, actually. That might be a somewhat useful thing. Another turbo. To grab as well. But if we grab that battery, we won't be able to fit the turbo in. So, probably not going to worry about it. Turbos aren't that useful. Oh, no, why are we fixing the turbo? I thought we were going to fix the battery. Well, I guess we're going to fix the turbo. Yeah, whatever. Maybe we should grab it then. Okay, there we go. Now we're fixing it. Probably should have put the dolly down before I started doing that. Oh well. What's over here again? Aluminum, scrap carbon fiber, trash, scrap steel. So probably nothing too useful. We'll just run through there real quick, because that is kinda over by where I found the other tank. Ooh, hello, it's fully charged. Which doesn't mean much, because it's busted up. And busted up batteries, well, their charge goes down as their, there we go, see? Yeah, it's fully charged for a busted up battery, but a busted up battery isn't charged very much. That's kind of like, that sounds like one of those, that nursery rhyme. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? I already forgot what I said, though, so you're gonna have to probably go back and double check that. What was it? A busted battery that's fully charged doesn't hold much charge, something like that. I don't know. Whatever. What else can we grab that would be potentially useful? Is there anything in this rack? No, we already checked it. I guess at that point we might as well grab some tanks then, because, well, we're not going to be able to fit... Oh, wait, no, we can fit another turbo pump. So yeah, let's go grab that turbo. Uninstall. Then we can see what's in that rack, too. Ah, I can place some reorganization. That's a thing that we are capable of doing. Now let's head this way. Right, because there was, like, nothing in here, right? I guess there was a motherboard in here. And a rack with motor. I feel like we're always running low on motors, so I'm going to grab that. I'm also going to grab this screen and heatsink, because why not? Yeah, we've definitely been here before. And here, we have also definitely been. In a less important, well, like, oh, wait. Does this have paint pills in it? No, this had, like, mechanical parts, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Huh, let's grab some coffee. Nothing wrong with coffee, right? I swear, like, I'm gonna say that, and then, like, tomorrow there's gonna be a news article of all the new ways that coffee kills you, and I'm just gonna look like a fool. So, yeah, I think we are good. This is where we found the deuterium tank. Let's go home. Let's grab that motherboard too. Nice, now we can go home. Absolutely filled to the brim with loot. That's a good place to be. Okay, so let's start by dropping our cart. We don't have room to drop our cart here. Let's start by moving into, I guess, this area till we find space to drop our cart. Let's start by dropping some of these pumps, actually. There we go. Another pump space, and nitrogen tank space, and a strain space, and the heatsink space, and the dolly and reactor itself, or in the battery, can go to the reactor room, because that's where I will be installing the battery soonish. Yes. Let's see if we can find some space to drop this dolly here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work very well. Let's put the battery down first. Like so. Perfect. And it's even spaced correctly. Now let's move back here. Drop the dolly in our vented area. Oh, why am I clicking it on the floor like a noob? Newbie. I feel like noob has a little bit of a negative connotation. That might just be me from back in the RuneScape days, where I feel like if you called someone a N-O-O-B noob, that was offensive. Whereas if you called them a newbie and or a N-E-W-B noob, then it was just, you know, a new person, not someone that didn't know what they were doing. I don't know if that distinction still exists. I haven't played RuneScape in a while. That's a lie, I played RuneScape like a year ago. I guess that's kind of a while, isn't it? I don't know, I guess, RuneScape's one of those weird games where time just doesn't really work the same way when it comes to RuneScape. I do not know where my spare conduits are. I think I'm carrying a spare conduit, aren't I? Yes, I am. Perfect. Alright, cool. So, now let's go back to the nav console. Let's go see if we can, oh, we should get some more sleep, shouldn't we? And we still need it. No, we need a poop. So let's hop here. And let's start heading towards, oh. That's a long drift. Okay. That gives us a lot of clarity, actually, so we can drift straight to the flotilla. Maybe in a reasonable time period. Yeah, probably sleep along the way, actually. Wouldn't be too bad. That's why we were probably not threatened by hitting K-Leg at all, because we were going far away from K-Leg. Alright, anyway, probably should have realized that, like, pretty immediately. The fact that I didn't makes me, well, that's an unfortunate thought. Did we unclamp? Yeah, okay, good. Life is good. We are moving in the right direction, aren't we? And yes, alright, cool. Now let's pick a target, and then... Alright, cool, selected. Now we can start. Set our bearing. Our range is 2,000 kilometers. That is going to take a long way. I mean, at current speed of 6 meters per second, it's going to take us like 3 days. But to be fair, I mean, if you're going to go drift that slow, that's definitely going to be a problem. Let's just accelerate for a little bit. We got a decent bit of RCS fuel, and... ooh, 10 hours. Let's just burn some more fuel. 6 hours, 5 hours. For what I want to do, 4 hours might be reasonable. Now we can go up to like 200 meters per second, I think. Probably. And I don't think there's anything in the way, unless like my sensors are not picking up anything. But the fact that I can see this, and I see this mess, makes me think that this is like K-Leg tracked, and this is also still K-Leg tracked space, and I'm just gonna run into nobody on the way to the flotilla. Except for some crazy hauler that hopefully doesn't smash into me. So let's speed up some more. Okay, we're not actually gaining that much time anymore. 3 hours. 3 hours is good enough. That's 12:38, so 3:38-ish. 3:30. Yeah, let's double check on 3:30, because we're going to be going pretty fast, right? We're going to need some time to slow down. And now we have time, well, to restore stuff, for one thing. Let's speed things along. Yeah. Fix up all that broken technology on our ship so that we can use it for our benefits. You know, I was actually thinking the other day, how much do we actually benefit from technology nowadays? Because, like, I always thought that technology was meant for the benefit of mankind, right? Like, I play video games for fun, or I write stuff in a notebook to offload information from my head. I think I talked about that a while ago, like cognitive offloading or something like that, which I'm pretty sure is a real thing. Are we fully restored? We are fully restored. Nice. Which, you know, basically lets you do things that, oh. Did I... I accidentally gave a numbered order earlier with when I started restoring that turbo pump. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Anyway, so when you do something like cognitive offloading, obviously that's a good thing, right? You're using technology to make yourself more efficient by taking care of a task that otherwise you have to do with your brain, like memorization. So I don't necessarily think that technology is bad, but technology does have has become, I think, different than what we long considered it. I don't know if it's necessarily fair to say that technology exists for the betterment of humans anymore, and that's not like in terms of conspiracy theory thinking. I think it's just like the interests of technology and humanity have diverged to an extent. Um, it's this kind of odd thing I was thinking about because you know those like, well, I mean, obviously everybody's going to be thinking like, oh, algorithms, social media, whatever. But that feels too obvious. I feel like it happened a longer time ago. There we go. Those are the words that I'm looking for. And specifically, I think that it first started happening with things like sensors. Um, it probably happened before that too. I just first noticed it when I was experiencing life with a toilet sensor. Now, you know those toilet sensors that you get that are like super sensitive, and I'm not sure why I took the time to rotate that. You end up having it flush like 4 times while you're sitting there. I'm talking about public toilet sensors, obviously, unless you got a toilet sensor at home, in which case I'm not sure if that's like classy or trashy, frankly. That's one of those interesting questions. Maybe you got like a super fancy sensor toilet, or you. I don't actually know how that would be trashy. Like, I guess if you routinely forget to flush or something, I don't know. Anyway, point is, so like I at work they have these like low flow sensor toilets, and they use like 3/4 as much water or something fancy like that, and environmentally friendly, which I agree with. Generally speaking, the environment. I mean, yeah, climate change is a thing. Climate change is about to kill us all, probably, and we end up, however, so obviously we have these sensors, and every single time that I notice I use one of those toilets, it ends up flushing at least twice. So sure, it uses less water per flush, but overall, I am burning an extra 50% water, right? And so it feels like that's an example of technology kind of doing something it's not meant to do, in a way. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. So it's almost like technology has its own mind, and it exists for its own purposes, which are not necessarily useful for humanity as a whole. Now, I wonder which of these tanks is... Well, I mean, it's going to tell me which one's more full, isn't it? Yeah, that's probably good. 39.7 kilopascals. 39.7 kilopascals. Nice. Yeah, so I'm emptying the back one into this front one. Okay, uninstall. Yeah. Finally took the time to actually, unify some of these RCS cans that I've been running with. These are all pretty full too, aren't they? Obviously. Because why would I have the near empty ones? Didn't I just drop a near empty one over here? Let's go fill that one up. At least I'll have some excitement and have to move some of these cans around a little bit. Alright, so that one's at 39,790. Close enough. Pretty sure the cap is like 40 and change, so I don't want to accidentally burst it. Maybe I do. I feel like that would just fill my ship with nitrogen and cause me all sorts of headaches, because then I'd have to pull all the nitrogen out of my ship. Anyway, let's get that control panel going and refill this tank. There's probably a way to do this in an automatic method. I just don't know what it is yet. I'll have to think about that. I don't think you can read RCS pressure. Maybe you can from the nav console somehow. That'd be wild. Then I could just have it, yeah, like... Huh. I wonder if I could have it like drain, because I think, again, I try not to look stuff up about this game to avoid spoiling, but I do remember someone talking about, like, when I was looking at possible airlock designs on the subreddit, I didn't really look too deep. Well, actually, 96.6%. You know what? I can go a little higher, maybe. I didn't look too deep, but I do recall someone having, like, a setup where they were using one of the tanks off their Mura to run their oxygen system, and I thought that was really weird and cool, and in many ways quite interesting. It was like for a super small ship design or something, I don't know. Now maybe they meant they were like disconnecting and reconnecting it, but it feels like one of those things where it's like, ooh, that's really cool. Oh, that's condition. I thought, for some reason, I thought that was a pressure amount, and I was just like, wait, that's confusing. Anyway, let's get that next tank going, right? Yeah. So anyway, this idea of technology having purposes orthogonal to humanity, and I think I was thinking about, like, this is actually true, I think, for many human systems, right? So ultimately, you know, human systems are all about survival, generally, in various forms, right? But, like, then you end up with things that are counterproductive to survival, right? So, like, earlier in this series, we ended up doing a murder, and that was not really, well, did a homicide again. It might not have been a murder. Technicalities, right? Saving grace of the mad katana-wielding assassin. But anyway, point is that we have a we, in theory, act in the benefit of human life, generally speaking, but our actions specifically killed human life in that particular case, unfortunately. Did the exact opposite of the goal. So, and I guess like something similar happened with when COVID was going on. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that on YouTube. Hopefully we're. I don't have anything demonetized anyway, so I don't care. But like there was this idea that you should be willing to sacrifice yourself for the economy. But perhaps it was taken not very seriously by many people, with any luck. But like fundamentally, what is the purpose of an economy if not to serve the people, right? So, like, it shows that the economy as a whole is orthogonal to the interests of the people that it supposedly was created by for the purpose of. And, of course, obviously, you can make the argument that the economy serves a very specific class of person. And I think that's a very, probably, there's a decent bit of truth to that argument, and the people that were expected to sacrifice themselves for the economy did not belong to the class of person for whom the economy exists. But, anyway, you know, no man is an island, right? Oh, do not ask for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. That's Donne, not Hemingway. Although Hemingway also did a good one, too. So read them both if you get the chance. Anyway, bit of a ghoulish idea, right, of being willing to sacrifice for yourself for the economy. And, but that's kind of like how it feels like technology is going that... Oh, why did I turn the turbo off? It feels like technology is going that same direction as well, where, like, technology is being made for its own ends, and those ends might serve a small group of people, or maybe it is serving something else entirely, right? That's like AI, maybe. I'm not saying that AI is necessarily smart at the moment or sentient, although, again, like, I am a bit of a panpsychist. I do think that there's intelligence that we simply just do not recognize due to our personally limited understanding of what intelligence could be. But that's kind of irrelevant for the purposes of this discussion. Anyway, the idea is that... Come on, this tank can empty out, right? That took a long time. I don't think I'm gonna want to do that ever again. But it is finally empty. That actually didn't take that long. It was only like 3 or 4 minutes. Whatever. We need a new tank here, though. Let's see. Yeah. And I do think that, of course, technology is, for the foreseeable future, going to serve a small group of people that are going to use that technology for their own benefits, and primarily to keep track of the people around them, right? The little people. So, at this moment, I think technology is primarily going to be used in an effort to, well, manipulate emotions, right? Because that's how you control people. You play with their emotions. That's how everybody controls people. So right now we're realizing that technology can be used, like, through algorithm to very effectively control people's emotions in ways that are at a scale which has not been done in a while. I don't think ever, actually. I just really don't think that it was possible to control people's emotions to that extent prior to certain I guess modern algorithmic social media feeds being developed. But that's a little bit irrelevant. What was I thinking there? Yeah. I guess that kind of leads it to another interesting thought. You ever realize that, like, if you're a dude, well, first off, you're not supposed to feel emotion, right? But, like, well, unless it's anger. You're allowed to feel anger. And all of society teaches you that anger is not an emotion. Everything else is an emotion, but anger isn't. Anger's like a reaction. It's justified. Which is a great way to say that, like, I don't know, I feel that feels like an interesting decision there as well. Makes you, until you realize that it is much easier to, oh boy. Speaking of which, that is need to be reversed. Possibly turboed. There we go. Turn off the reverse, turn off the turbo, charge it back up to nearly full, and hopefully that tank doesn't explode in my face. I need to not get distracted as easily. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, that thing is damaged. Oh, that was good thing I caught that, I think. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a side tangent. That's I think that was also another rant that I had come up with during the holidays, but that one's a little undercooked. That's something I'm gonna have to consider quite a bit before I come back with a full, you know, planned verbal diarrhea, for lack of a better term. Anyway, let's see. Let's install. I guess this is the last tank, right? Should be. Nice. We need to slow things down a little bit because we are in 16 times speed, and that is super fast. 2 times speed. There we go. On, and we don't even need to turbo up because we're almost full. Alright. Let's hit that 40 megapascals, and we will be perfect. And we got a little, like, what, a quarter of a tank, third of a tank there. So, a little bit more stuff to grab. And for now, though, we've got 5 full nitrogen tanks. So this is kind of what I was thinking about, right, in terms of a tank filling system. Now I need to do that with those tanks over there, huh? Yeah. And that'll be fine. Oh, I also need to put one of those heaters down somewhere, and those coolers down. Jeez, I need to do a lot of stuff, don't I? A lot of things that I have not been very prepared for. Oh well. These are all things that I can do in probably not this episode, because this episode is going to end probably before we get to Flotilla, which is a little unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to get to Flotilla this episode, but whatever. Do I want to keep that one that I almost topped up? No, I think I might just stick it on the Mira. Yeah, just pretend that I've already used some of it. Cheat a little bit. What do we got? Is that one's like 2/3, 3/4 full, 3/4 full, almost empty. Oh, very full. Okay. Yeah, so let's just uninstall this guy, I guess. Oh, we've also got a nitrogen tank back here to grab and one back here to grab, so a lot of stuff to pick up. I should probably pick up some of... Oh, that one's dead. That one's also dead. Okay, these are both dead tanks, so I'm going to keep that there. And I guess we're just going to install this one here for now. I guess I could probably plan on... what's the word? Refilling them all. There we go. I'll deal with that later. For now, just gonna fill them all up so that we have fresh tanks to use. And yeah, let's get some of this pressure out of here. Down to about 5 kilopascals. Nice. Life is good. Now let's head over here so we can continue filling up tanks. What am I doing with the empties over here? I guess I've been stacking them up over there, so that's fine. We're gonna have 2 empty stacks, one in the near the Mura and one near the reactor. And eventually I think I'm just gonna start leaving them on derelicts, to be honest, because what else am I gonna do with empty tanks, right? Like, why bother keeping them? Why are we so slow? Because I am not in double time. Control panel on. Yes. Alright, cool. Yeah, these refills are actually kind of slow. I wonder if there is a better way to automate this somehow. Is there? Huh. I don't think I can do, like... Nope. Oh. Okay. I was thinking maybe there's a way to, like, hook it up to one of the tanks, maybe. Because that would be kind of cool. But I don't think that's a possibility. At least it doesn't seem to be an easy possibility or an immediately obvious possibility. So I'm going to claim that that's not a possibility at the moment. Yes, cool. And we are going to install the next tank. And I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this next episode. I feel like this episode is going to end with me just installing and refilling tanks, which is kind of boring. Tank man. Oh! Yeah, what I started talking about in the beginning, the thing where I got, like, way more views on that episode deuterated than any of the other ones. Well, no, that's not true. I think my first episode still got more views, but whatever, it's first episode. I think YouTube thought there was something worth showing to people there, but still. Anyway, so I wonder how much of that is just a factor of title name, right? Because deuterated, I was looking back at some of my old episode names, and I'll be honest, like, I try to be have them be like somewhat snappy, but they mostly just suck. Like, no offense. Deuterated's kind of a fun one. It's a fun word, right? When you deuterate something, it's kind of, I think it's a fun word. Maybe I'm just weird that way. But at the same time, like, I thought Teratoma, I thought that was a great little play on words there. But not a very popular episode. Not a very popular episode at all. Matter of fact, of all of the fun episode names, I think Teratoma is the one that I'm most proud of. I think I'm going to take this 33 and install it here. Just because, you know, it's the first time we discovered meat, and it kind of looked like a tumor. Or a teratoma. That was, I think, before I made the goat connection from the TV thing earlier. Or no, before I realized that it's meant to be goat, because it was just like, oh boy, oh no, oh no 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 no, oh no, okay. I don't think anything exploded. Right. Turbo off, reverse off. We're definitely going to need to repair some tanks. Yeah, and I need to not use the turbo and quadruple speed because that is way too fast of a tank fill for me to react to. Yep, that one's definitely going to need some restoration. And what, we get about an hour and a half before, well, 2 hours before we finally get to deal with this particular issue. Maybe even buy a new toilet. I don't know what they have over on the flotilla. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Because the last time I played this game, I remember the navigational buoys around Like, I don't think I ever got to one of them, but I do remember them being there. I don't remember the flotilla being there. And it kind of looks like a nav buoy, so I assume that there's, like, stuff there, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, it feels like a geosynchronous, like... Can asteroids... Well, yeah, of course. Asteroids should be able to get, like, their own little asteroids, shouldn't they? Why not? Why wouldn't it... Like, if it's got a gravity well of some kind, like, it can catch the ships, can't it? I smashed into the asteroid a couple times. Well, no, I don't think I actually smashed into the asteroid a couple times, but I definitely got close to it a couple times. Anyway, let's uninstall this nitrogen tank. Do it real fast. Alright, now let's grab this one. And let's install it. Slow time. We really are playing with time a lot. And... oh, we can... I feel like I should use time more than turbo. Just because turbo is a little bit out of control sometimes. And, I mean, we're killing time going traveling right now anyway. So, uninstall. Did I not turn it off? I didn't turn it off. Oh, okay. That could have been bad. Uninstall. Well, I mean, at the very least, I would have been dumping nitrogen in the air, which is, not terrible. Not great, though. I wonder, did I have an orange can back here? I don't think I did. I just got the orange can. Oh, no, wait, no, that is a can. Cool, I got 2 orange cans. Because I was thinking I might want to, once I'm done refilling all of these tanks, I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't try to use this system to pump down some of my current air. Maybe tank it a little bit. Anyway, let's see where do we get control panel. Control panel. And on. This one, I think we could probably safely turbo. Really hoping that I have enough, I might not be able to. Well, no, because there's that tank with, like, 4K in it, right? So I think between this tank with, like, 8K left and the other one with 4, I think I should be able to top up all the other tanks and probably end up with 2 empties. Or 2 very close to empties. Close enough to empties where I'm not worried about it at all. To be fair, like... well, this actually changes the value, right? Because before that, my cutoff was basically like, if I've got space, I will consider a tank that's more than half full. But now that I have... well, I mean, I've got space now. And I now have a bunch of, or the ability to refill tanks. Like, even empty tanks might potentially have value, because I could just use them to top up full tanks. I don't know if that's really a good way to look at it. Actually, it feels like there's not really much point topping these up unless, like, I really need the extra, what do you call it? A little bit of extra oomph, I guess. Hygiene pack is destroyed. What? Why are my hygiene packs exploding? I guess I do have a bunch of low-quality ones. Alright, whatever. Presumably there's some more trash on the ground here, huh? And there isn't, actually. That's interesting. Where are my hygiene packs? Oh well. I was gonna potentially... Oh, I should get another sink, too. Now that I think about it. Because I do have a toilet room, so why not put a sink in it? I mean, that makes sense, right? If you've got a room with a toilet in it, you should probably have a sink in it. Otherwise, what are people gonna do with their hands after they're done using the toilet? Be gross, that's what. Although, to be fair, I'm sure that there's probably a large number of people that do not mind being gross. I guess really depends on what you're doing, right? I'll be honest, I don't always wash my hands after using the bathroom at home, because I'm at home, and like if I'm not really doing anything particularly bathroom related, and or you know about to get into a shower or something, like why bother? I'm about to wash my everything. Don't even need to worry about my hands at that point. That's probably a little bit too much information that you didn't really care about knowing. But I apologize. That is the one singular downside of watching the crap that I put out. You will find stuff out. Potentially stuff that you did not want to know. And I'm pretty sure that I should have dumped more of that tank into there, because these will hold up to like 41 megapascals, it looks like. And that other one could have definitely used the pressure. I don't think I actually have the ability to completely empty the little tank right now. Yeah, because that'll definitely put me up into the... Well, no, it'll put me right up at 41. Yeah, whatever. Not gonna worry about it. I can always dump it into the 5 or something that I have left over. Then I'll have an empty tank, and I'll have a tank with like 5 megapascals in it that I don't really have to think about for a little while. Or until I find another tank, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Yeah, definitely not enough space in there. Okay, well, let's just yeah, I think that might be it. So the episode was just me clearing out that old ship and going for a flight, during which I refilled canisters of nitrogen canisters. So, you know, not a complete loss. Feels like it's something that would be useful. I guess I'm not really even gaining much by consolidating them, right? Because, like, if I left them all half full or whatever, then they would be perfectly fine. There would just be a little bit more walking involved for putting them on the Mura. What I really should have done was spend more time figuring out where else I could put a Mura. Although, like, right here kinda looks kinda tempting, actually. If I put it right there, I can walk around. I still have access to the laser capacitor and the capacitor laser array. Just need to move this vent. Dude, I think I have a Mura location. Although, I do kind of want to keep them together, because then I could have, well, tank switches are going to be less obnoxious, for one thing. Huh. But that requires, well, I was going to move these back. I did have 2 batteries already. I was going to move those batteries over. I didn't have any extra space for batteries. Well, I guess now I do. I can stick a battery in there. Okay, well, you know what? That's a problem for next episode, me. So for now, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things, and hopefully next episode we will land on the flotilla in approximately 2 hours. Right? Just double check that. Yeah, in approximately 2 hours and 4 minutes. Yeah. Well, see you in the next one. Bye.